be really cool. And they're both in their
double sequel.
They're really weird timelines fighting the Deadites, but yet
exactly. So
is Jack another fish out of water kind of a thing?
Of course, right? He doesn't know what's going on. He's barely like he'll fuck off and be like, "Oh, I can't fight worth a shit," and then suddenly he'll do like some magical mystical move and kick somebody's ass, and he'll have a little bottle. Like when everything starts getting real crazy, he's like, glad Egg Shin gave this to me. And he gives it to Ash, and Ash like, oh, I'm feeling pretty good.
They're about to go fight everybody and shit.
And I want to see Kurt Russell get taken by the demon as well for a little bit. Like kind of how Ash was, where he's like, I'm good Ash, I'm bad Ash. And then the little people when he falls and breaks into a bunch of little people.
Then even Ash is like, don't fucking trust the bad one. Like they're all there. You never see them separated at all.
Right.
Or he could just fight, he could just turn and then fight Ash for a little bit in a comedic way. And then he slams him in the ground and it's like a bunch of little Jack Burtons.
Yeah, exactly.
Or he splits him in half with a chainsaw.
Yeah.
And then, but
the
like
good
Jack,
one grows and the bad one grows.
Just like,
what perfect.
Yeah.
A bad Jack Burton. That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Gold right
dude,
there.
Done.
Call me.
Snake Plissken.
If it's not able to be done as a motion picture, you would always have animation.
I would be fine with this as an animated option.
Yeah. Why not?
Of course, but it would be fun to recreate the feeling and tone of those in an actual live action movie. But the only way I would do it is with those two actors.
Yes,
period.
And if you did it with crappier quality, like made it look like an older one, you wouldn't have to do as much detail to recreate them as well.
So my point exactly is I would want it to look like, even if it was like Evil Dead 2.
Yeah. Still looks good,
I mean, now you could do that for nothing.
Yeah.
For the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, you still pay money.
Yeah.
The
Deadeye
you could probably
kills,
do, you could probably do like the effects from 1990 Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
91?
Yeah. It was like 89 or 90.
Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
I think it was 93.
No. It was earlier than that, man.
I think it was earlier than that.
90,
it doesn't matter.
91,
I think it was 91.
91 or 93.
I could be wrong.
I will find it.
But either way.
But so that's my idea. I just thought that was a little something that I had talked about before.
92.
Brock.
Fuck you.
Well, I knew it was in there. So.
Yeah, right? That doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody released the beast.
Release the
Marvel. I mean, they just use that technology that everyone's using to de-age them and then just make it look like the same way that... So you'd blow all your wad on that de-aging and paying Kurt Russell and Bruce Campbell to do it.
I don't know. I think that
Bruce Campbell
here's
would
what
do
I
it.
need. Here's what I need. And this is how I'm going to get it done. Studios, contact me right now. This is what I'm going to do. I need
Dropculturepodcast.com.
I need 2 to 7 bottles of J&B.
Oh.
I need probably you to rent out a bar in Vail for just a day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And let me just have a conversation with 2 of them. We'll be good. It's going to be a good time.
During a snowstorm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Damn.
That's fine.
It could work.
I'm sure we can make this work.
I don't know, man. I think you could.
Yeah. Yeah. No. I think you... Because I remember I wrote something for this too, didn't I? I wrote like the opening dialogue between them.
Yeah, because it was... So this was an idea that I had right after we did... Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah.
And then I really started fleshing out the story part of it, the intro portion of the story, and then you did some of the dialogue on it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was fun because there were so many weird. Because there was a character that was like working in the road shop,
Yeah.
some shit like that, something crazy.
Like an auto shop on the side of the highway.
Well, no, the road shop at the S Mart.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what they used to call it at Circuit City. Was the road shop. That's where you went and got your stereo installed. Was a road shop.
Right.
Oh, I've never heard
I
that.
used to
before.
love Circuit City, Best Buy, those areas for the speakers.
Yeah.
Loved it.
Circuit City.
I like going around and playing with the cameras.
Yeah.
I used to like... The one thing I liked about Circuit City was they had a home speaker room that was glassed in. And you could play around there pretty well.
Well, see, I
worked there for like a year, so I was like,
really?
I just take
I worked there for
CDs and put them in there and be like, Everybody's like, "What the fuck's that guy doing?"
You should check it out. It's awesome in here.
I wasn't. There'd be like a line of customers. I wasn't paying attention to them. I was fucking rocking out. That was my 15-minute break, bitches.
Yes.
My required 15-minute break.
Yes.
Sorry.
No,
gotta go.
I think what would be really cool is just to envision all the deadite kills and all the different deadites that you have.
That's
Absolutely.
the battles.
Flying deadites. Burton still got his knife and shit like that. Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, he's still got his knife. And maybe there's another kind of head deadite that comes out. Maybe it's a Jack Burton.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He'd be your bad guy for
Army of Darkness,
the good portion of it. You know what I mean? Or what would seem the main bad guy, I guess.
Yeah, and at the very end of it, he says the incantation again, and then it creates the mist, and then he drives through the mist just like he did in Big Trouble Little China.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, he's in and out just through the same doorway, and he comes out the same night, but his CB's working.
You know, and I'll be real honest with you. You could go somewhere if you wanted to do something really wacky after that. You could do a series of basically Jack Burton multi-dimensional truck driver.
Yeah.
Where he just shows up in different things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Burton, it's like a truck.
But then he
I would make that an animated show, dude. That'd be awesome.
like somehow he gets his own copy of the Necronomicon for dummies.
Yeah, and he's all over there, clipper, clapper, or whatever.
Yeah, he's reading it and it's like, what the fuck?
I was thinking when he drives out of the mist and then back into whatever the normal place, there's CB radio, and then he looks at it and it starts flickering and it starts reading the chanting from the Necronomicon. That was the recording, in the first one, and then he just turns the station and keeps driving. He just like switches the channel,
the frequency.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it.
Yeah, somehow it would be Egg
Like
Shin,
that.
Egg Shin and Jack.
It's on channel 13.
Yeah.
He goes
So
to
he
pick
could
up
go-
Egg Shin,
Yeah,
and
there
then
you go.
Egg Shin's reading all the incantations because he can read it.
Yeah, that he's written down that he got from Bruce Campbell.
Yeah, the Necronomicon for dummies.
Yeah, he ends up with his copy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be pretty funny.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And just throughout it, and now that I've completely decided that this has to be an animated series, so that I can do this multi-dimensional truck driver idea. This is fucking amazing. Yeah, Jack Burton.
It's like semi go this way, semi going that way.
Like Scooby Doo and
shaking the
shit.
pillars of heaven.
Yeah. It's going in and out of portals like in Scooby Doo. Like they run into each other like,
So like
and then
through,
he pass.
but through like every episode, he collects like something that, that somehow makes him more powerful, but he doesn't fucking know it.
There's
'cause
like
he's an
he has
idiot.
no
There's
idea.
like bones hanging off the side, like stringed up bones on the side of after one episode, on the side of the semi now. But there's like some sort of black glue, like gob thing on the other corner where the light is, and it glows red. Like
Just weird shit.
Yeah, he just picks up shit through like different.
Anyway, so that would not be the same show, but that would be.
Well, his little intro with shaking the pillars of heaven, and it just like kind of pans up to God, and you see him like covering his ears.
Yeah.
And like,
You just see hands and no face.
yeah.
It's like long, flowing, gray hair.
Yes.
His hands, and it's just in the back.
Yes.
Except it's
God's
not
like,
God. That's Lopan.
And it turns around in the sweeping Ninja Turtle move. And it's fucking Lopan, and he's like, ha ha. The continued adventures of Jack Burton.
That would be cool. Jack Burton.
So that's a separate property other than this
Interdimensional
crossover
trucker.
sequel thing. Yeah. Maybe that would be the movie that would kick off the animated series.
Yeah,
Done.
Yeah, there you
Done.
Give it to Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Oh,
Call me.
yeah.
Interdimensional trucker.
Call me. I own none of these properties.
He's a bad
shit.
motherfucker. Jack Burton.
Copyright Dropped Culture Studios.
No, we don't own any of those properties. Sir. We're fucked.
No. Copyright.
Is it time for Mitchell's segue?
Yes.
Yes. Mitchell, segue.
Well, after hearing Tyson's idea, I was thinking about it, and my girlfriend and I have thought about this for a very long time. What if Pixar came out with a movie that tied all of the movies into one universe?
Yeah,
Or
seen
one
the-
story.
I've seen the theory. The
theory, the Pixar
I've
theory.
read that. The Pixar theory.
But what if they were able to make it into a movie
That'd be cool.
in some way that actually made it a movie, but it's somehow tied in? So different timelines in one universe have many different things, like how
Maybe something goes wrong, and then they start playing back like Toy Story, but it's wrong, and then the characters has to go back in time and like fix everything in the
it would have
correct
to be
time.
time
You know what I mean?
or multiverse kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, but who would go?
It'd be like
Would it
a
be
new
time?
a new character.
Oh yeah.
No, honestly, if you're listening, and for you guys as well, there's this thing called the Pixar theory. There's some videos that are really annoying to listen to, and then some that are awesome. If you get the right one, listen to it. It really is cool how there's so many tie-ins that lead to the idea that this is all in the same.
Well, I've seen some of these articles. Like, I'll always
Yeah.
get through like 2 or 3, and then I'm like, oh, I've got better things to read.
Yeah, exactly. I know that you wouldn't really be into
I think it
but
should be noted, though, too, that Pixar just has a habit of creating an Easter egg, at least at the beginning, of just putting a little thing in the movie that would be about the next movie.
the
too.
next one,
They
yeah.
would hide it
With
in
the
there
next franchise,
because they're always working on the next ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the Toy Story ball and Finding Nemo.
And, yeah,
And then what's the deal with the
she's-
number for the studio or something like that?
That's where they met, A113.
A113, yeah. That's
They
it.
in like Finding Nemo, she's reading like a Mr. Incredible comic book, and then
Right.
The Incredibles came out the next year or whatever. And then like there's little Easter eggs like that. But it is an interesting read because like Randall gets transported into the trailer that was in, I believe A Bug's Life, that all the bugs were hanging out of, down there.
Yeah, I've seen that movie, but it's been so long.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, Dan, you won't want to reference him because he really doesn't care too much about this stuff.
Oh, I do. Some of it's
little
cool,
bit?
yeah. But
And the pizza
I
truck's
just
always
Bugs
in
Life's
it, always in everyone.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it is. It honestly is.
Yeah, the pizza truck's in it like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's always in somehow.
It was
But
in
I
Toy
know-
Story 1, 2, and 3.
I can't remember the theory though that connects them all together. There is like a weird theory that has to do with
It all goes back to
Brave.
Brave.
Yeah, it starts with Brave.
With the witch.
I actually saw a real life Toy Story truck.
Really?
The Pizza Planet one.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, really?
there's one that's in Denver somewhere,
Nice. No
and I've seen it. I think I've seen it twice. Besides the Ghostbusters bus,
Right.
Yeah, I've seen some weird shit out there.
bus?
Yeah, there's an actual Ghostbusters bus.
Well, I mean, it's in both the Cars movies. It's in A Bug's Life at that trailer. It's like sitting out there. It's in all the Toy Story movies.
Yeah, it's their unifier. But this one really said toy on the back of it. And it
Oh,
was
really?
blocked out. It was a Toyota truck with the hatchback, everything like that. Like they took the same model and they just made it look all shitty for it. Weird. It's really cool. Yeah, I've seen it. It's weird. Like I was
I
like,
would eat there.
I've fucking
Pizza
seen
Planet.
that shit before. It didn't have the Pizza
Friend of the
Planet
show.
like deal on the top of it.
Right.
But it was like literally the Pizza Planet fucking truck. I was like, wow, that's pretty fucking cool.
That would be a cool idea for a movie. Like,
Somehow to tie in.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what if like Ratatouille? It starts showing the trailer or like showing the first part of Ratatouille, but then he doesn't get to be a cook or something. Like he dies.
So everything's off.
Yeah,
He
like
gets
everything's
drowned.
off.
They actually drowned the
Yeah,
rat.
they drowned.
And then, wait a minute. Wait. Does Jack Burton, multi-dimensional trucker?
He's back.
That would be cool.
Sorry.
Yeah, no.
Shaking the pillars of heaven.
Or like
That's
Buzz.
the end of Mitchell's segue.
That's a good one.
Right
That's a
on.
good
I was kidding. So, Brock, what do you have?
This one I've had for a long time. I even wrote like a 9 to 10 page treatment of this.
Yes, yes, I've read
fleshed
this.
it out. I fleshed it out big time. Like I have all kinds of stuff. Now, not to beat a dead horse, it is a prequel to Big Trouble in Little China. And I say horse lightly because there's a horse involved in this movie too. Because the original, the really where I got this idea was the original idea for Big Trouble in Little China was a Western.
Okay.
It was basically going to be Jack Burton looking for his horse.
Correct.
So they adapted it for modern times and they added all that stuff into it, right? So I thought, okay, how about an old West ghost story, right? Just like they originally thought. How would you tie this into it? Well, there's fucking so many things in Big Trouble in Little China that you could tie it and make it very, very seamless on the introductions of everybody, the family lineage, everything like that. There's just so many different ways that you could accurately do this very easily in just a 1 to 2, maybe 3 setting kind of a movie. You don't need that much for something like this.
Right.
Because it's the same thing. It was just like Big Trouble in Little China, but you're taking place in the 1800s, just like everything else.
So cool. I think that's so cool.
So you literally can tie in so many different things. And I even tied my own little Easter egg into it because I wanted to. It's from another one of our episodes. But like I had a shitload of fun with this because my tangent, I really wrote these 9-10 pages within like, I had the basis for the idea and then within like 2 or 3, not even that long, maybe a night, I wrote it all in. And then I had to stop and then kind of finished the last little bit of it, but the bulk of it was written in like a couple of hours.
Yeah.
And like I have the settings, the scenes, the characters, some of the dialogue, everything that you can fit into this movie, to a point where I can see it in my head from start to finish. Now of course there's a lot of stuff that would need to be fleshed out and need to be put right. But there's just so many different parts of this, because you can make Lopan endless in the story, and especially Lopan has a lot of really cool shit. The lore behind